Here's our solution. All else fails, hit it harder. Alrighty, new day in the shop. We're gonna get this wrecker pulled back in. Use this old Ford we've been putting some AC in. Ready? Okay, let's go. Gonna be close over here. Oh, we're gonna clear. Looks perfect. Let's grab our specially made wheel chock. Okay.
Did we even put bolts in it?
No, we couldn't. Those solenoids we put in, we gotta grind a little bit. So it's just kind of balanced right here. Yeah. Okay, everything good on the other side?
Yeah, I think there's way more room on that side.
Okay. This would be the easiest cab removal ever because it's just sitting there. We just gotta go straight up. Okay, good? Everything still good over there?
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Let me tie the shifter cables up real quick. So where it was sitting was the edge of these bushings here was sitting on like these plates.
Oh, okay.
Because we needed to go back right here on these nuts, the little acorn cap piece. That's what's hitting, so we just gotta grind those.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Just the cap piece,
Cap, you have to grind the cap
the little acorn.
flush, especially on the middle ones, because the cap.
Kind of arcs.
Yeah.
It's gonna bend across the back.
Yep. Got the wrecker back in, cab's back off. Now I'm gonna put Caden to work building brackets for the lights that go in the boom. And I'm gonna have Kian and Dusty both working in the bed, wiring up all the other little odds and ends. And I'll go back to my little project, but mostly trying to keep things rolling so that they can keep working. Caden's drilling the holes in these brackets for the lights that go in the boom. So he'll drill them and then tap them, get the lights mounted in the brackets, and then we'll thread that up inside the boom and get it welded.
We'll have to show it to you when it's up in there. But
Yeah.
as you can tell by the shape of them, it's kind of an interesting deal.
Yeah. Yep, just the way that boom tapers, they fit up in there, so we'll show you that in a minute. Caden got that all wrapped up, ready to go in. You want to stick that up in and...
Yep. Yep. Here we are. Back there. Anyway, so kind of just barely
Yep, just barely.
hands in this little section here.
Perfect. We get a weld up in there. Yeah, maybe weld there and a weld there.
Yeah.
And that'll be more than enough to hold that in place. That'll be ready to wire up. Looks good. hooked up back here?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Well done.
So we should be able to test the rock lights.
All right, let's test her out.
Okay.
So what are you doing up there?
So this is our bulkhead that plugs into the cab. So this black wire should turn the rock lights on.
Oh yeah. Oh, some lights on. That was the boom. Are the boom with the rock lights?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh yeah. Woohoo.
That one.
Oh, that's bright.
And
That'll provide tons of
right
light.
now is what I've got hooked up.
Okay. And then does it strobe too or not yet?
That's a different circuit.
That's a different circuit, but we don't have the strobe
Oh, we can
controller, but we can just power up the wires.
And then we make sure it's not backfeeding.
Yeah.
Make sure my diodes work.
This one.
Yep. Yep.
So you got a light there, and then the amber.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which wire was that? The red one should be that amber rock light on the.
By
Yeah,
the.
it's got a sign there.
I'm waiting for you.
Trying to see if I can find. Oh, that's probably it right there. Does that one do anything?
No.
No.
No?
Oh, sorry. I don't have a ground hooked to this one. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So
I gotta pull the winch out. I got the ground hanging there, but I hadn't hooked it up, so I can go touch it and we can make sure it works.
yeah, this should be it.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
That's
Yep.
it.
Whoop whoop.
Cool.
Okay.
That's some bright little yellow lights, or
Yeah, and
amber.
those will be the flashies.
And then okay, those are right.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very bright.
He'll be able to totally see what he's doing with those lights.
Yep.
Well, he's hooking up to something with the boom. I mean, they're bright.
They're not dim by any means.
Where's that? Oh, it's come from this.
Yeah.
This
just
one
the
will
one.
actually
When you
strobe.
add them, when you add both of them together, it's super bright.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So that'll strobe.
are you just tapping it or something?
Be able to see him coming, and
Oh yeah.
and then I'll actually make it photograph really good too. The rock lights make a huge difference on the light.
I agree.
Videos
It
and
makes it. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
actually
it just
see
makes
really
it
well.
way bigger. Yep.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. We're
We're
starting to
making
make
headway.
we're starting to make things work. Let's test these lights real quick. So this one, this is the yellow, so these should be the rear ones, so don't look at those.
Yeah, they work.
it wasn't yellow, it was white.
Do both of them work?
Well, it's a yeah, they both work. It's a yellow wire. Wow, those are bright.
Yeah, keep your eyes open.
Yes, they work. Now, how about the blue? No, not the yellow one. Go for the blue wire. Okay, you were complaining about being in the dark back there. Now we're gonna test those side ones.
Now blind Dusty.
Okay, so both side ones work?
Yeah, go do it again so I can see the other side.
Just look at the wall. You
Yep.
can see it.
Oh, what's that doing? Headlights? Hang on, let me see. Oh, it's only one.
Yeah, the other light's still in the truck.
Hey, but that's pretty bright.
Yeah.
Is that high beam?
Mm-hmm.
And then we should have a turn signal. Right there.
It's like a one-eyed Willie right now.
You got one amber light?
Nope, that must be the other turn signal. I need the passenger, not the driver. Is it plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. Oh, there we go.
That blue one.
What's
Okay.
that one? It's a pretty little bright thing.
Yeah, it is pretty bright.
And that's the turn signal?
Yep. And then it should also come on with,
The running lights?
there should be a purple wire. Flasher. The strobe of that one.
Yep, sure enough.
So we got a running light.
Yeah, and it's like dimmer.
Dim,
Okay.
Okay, so that's the front running lights. Okay, so all of that works. Cool. So it'll be way cooler when everything's all put together.
So running lights, we'll get that, the front turn signals and the rear brakes.
Yeah, or you call
That's-
them park lights or parking lights, depending on which
Okay.
part of the world you're from, so.
I'm from Utah, I don't know.
Yeah, we say weird stuff like never sees, and we call engines motors and drive lines and all that kind of stupid stuff. Good thing you're not from Utah, you'd be weird like us, so. Hey Kian, that light still work?
Yeah, it works pretty good.
Oh, this one.
Holy cow, that acts for an LED, that's some heat coming on my hand. Wow.
Yep. Okay, just want to make sure it still works, so.
Don't blind him, you need him.
You won't be blind, you'll just be seeing spots for a few days, so.
Got a few things left. Well, this is all with the cab off. Once the cab's back on, we'll make a chassis, whatever you want to call it. Look, list, not look, list. So there we go.
Quit vandalizing that, would you?
It's not vandalizing. It's just decorating.
Well, one man's vandal is another person's tagger, so keep that in
I'm
mind.
not even tagging it. They can all come off. Matt, they can all come off. Super easy to peel off.
Yeah, that's clearly in vandalizing territory.
That is not vandalizing. I am not a vandal. He's not in my book.
Comment below if you think she's vandalizing.
I am not vandalizing. But if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Here, we'll all do it. There we go.
One person on every tire is what it takes.
Getting ready to lower this baby down.
Well, we gotta do cables first,
So it sits like that, right?
yeah, so we'll have to,
Like that.
yep.
Yeah, that's kind of a, they must have just folded it all down on top, these cables. Just,
They tuck down underneath.
oh, they tuck underneath.
Yep, and then that piece of all thread right there above your head.
Oh, that was what was holding them up.
Yeah, so it goes across the frame here, top of the frame.
Do we want to get this bolted on?
Yeah, I think we can.
I'm
Just
assuming
kind of
it goes
start.
like that, eh?
Yeah.
And then we can, as we lower it, we can
Yeah.
shove it and pull it from underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shifter must be caught on something. Just
Not to move back and forth. We need a ladder to
move
get up
when we
there.
need. When I pulled them apart, they moved everywhere.
Did they?
Yeah.
Look at you all up there.
I got it!
Shifter works now, I think.
Yeah, it does. It moves. So this bolt was down in for the rear output of the transfer case shifter. That bolt was down in the shifter up here, so we couldn't shift it to get everything lined back up. Come up here, dig that out. We're golden. Now I don't know if I want to get out. It wasn't much fun to get in. Hey Corbin.
You're just flying. Kian's just hanging out up there.
Can't get them to do anything.
I know,
There, sits around.
Careful, I got a bolt that I might just try and hit one of your heads.
I didn't say anything. That was Dusty. You gotta go out the other window.
Passenger window.
Oh, there's holes in the cab. Lean in, Dusty. All right, there you go. No, I can't do that.
I appreciate it.
Let's see you get out.
I think I'm ready to practice my acrobatics.
Good thing you're long and skinny.
Whew, that wasn't completely terrible.
Better than getting in.
Yeah, it actually was. Normally they're harder to get out. Okay, good shut the door. All right.
Aw, Dad was a gentleman. He held the door open for you and everything.
brace right in the middle of the cab.
Oh, is that why it's so stiff?
Yeah.
Does it go against the back wall?
Yeah, I mean it goes right here, right up to the back wall, right in the center, right there.
Oh, figures. Yeah, we need to pull that away. I mean, if we have a quarter, we'll be fine, but that is gonna ruin that solenoid and nothing flat.
Yeah, there's...
Not to mention the unruly noise it's gonna be.
What do we need to move? I'm sorry.
The back, the whole cab needs to be moved forward. The back of the cab in that spot. But there's a brace. I was hoping I could just jam that down in there and just kind of pry it all.
There's a brace right there. Oh,
There's a brace. So. Well, we got the cab bolted on, but looks like we get to take it right back off. Right there. Those solenoids hit the back of the cab. So we'll lift the cab back up, see what our options are to get that fixed. Here's our solution. All else fails, hit it harder. We probably ought to have a claw hammer, hadn't we?
That would be appropriate, yeah.
Yeah.
I can go get it even with the waffle end, maybe too.
Yeah, maybe we should, huh? Yeah, let's probably do that. Let's get the framing hammer out. Let's do this in tribute to Matt. So that's his favorite hammer, is his 24-ounce hammer. So. Claw hammer, yeah. That doesn't do a good job. Nicely balanced. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious. Okay, let's try that. I think the waffle print just is a nice finishing touch, honestly. Yeah, it's a little texture.
What do you have with that? What's one of these new vehicles?
Oh,
Go clear through it.
Well, there's a brace right there on the inside too.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Right where he's starting to hit, there's a brace on the inside.
No wonder.
Yeah. Well, back up. We should be able to just push it here and just kind of fold it in, because there's enough span between there and there that we should be able to fold it in.
Yeah, it'll just kind of tilt it in a little
Yeah.
bit, but that should be fine.
That should be fine.
Basically, we're gonna use the porta power.
Let's see what Okay. Let's do this side one more time, up a little bit like higher. Okay. That's as good as we're gonna get.
So that pushed it in a fair amount.
It really did.
Well, I think that's all we need.
Sweet.
Did you banging the hammer on it actually help anything? Or?
Yeah, I think that's the difference.
Okay. I only vacuumed the passenger side, Dusty. Do you want me to vacuum?
I just need to blow off the engine compartment over here and I think that's pretty well.
So, do you remember when that piece was cut and Tyson kept saying, where'd that piece go?
Disappeared?
Disappeared, yeah. I mean, how something like that just disappeared. Crazy. Seriously, where did you go?
I have no idea where it's been, up in there. When you guys dropped the cab, it fell out. Here's that piece.
Let's see.
So when he cut the dash, and then he's like, where'd that piece go? Where'd that piece? I can't find the piece. And he'd look everywhere. I even came out to look for it when I was editing, see if I could find it, be like, look, that's where the piece landed. I have no idea where it was, but it was just sitting right here.
Probably did. It was probably sitting on top of the steering wheel, just on the steering column. I'm sure it was.
Oh, probably.
Oh, it's a cute little.
Yeah, so see how the pie would even fit on it.
Mine.
I don't know if it. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Or even, yeah. Or even higher up.
That would work. Is that the only thing that's gonna go right there?
Yeah, it's just a slot for the victory pie.
Best bet would be having the stand 2 up on end. You can still
How you get it to stay in.
stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to build a wood piece. You want me to print it with a PI sheet instead of the smooth Garolite?
Oh yeah, I guess you got that other one.
Would you rather have it? Because I can do either one.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll probably just do the textured then.
Just make it a victory pie slot that holds 2 right there.
Holds
Yep.
2 side by side.
Yep. Look at you, already designed it.
So that's the main box.
Oh, so the lid latches into that little opening.
Yep.
That's sweet, Tanner. Good work.
Quick update. What have you been doing?
Oh. Kendall's making noise, so I might have to wait for just a second.
Can you be quiet for a minute?
No!
I'm trying to video.
Well, okay, I'll be quiet for a minute.
Okay, Dad, what have you?
A short minute, huh?
Yeah, just while I'm videoing.
Just while you're videoing? Okay.
Dad, what have you been doing?
Me? I am trying to get this harness all taped up and get it ready to install. So this is the harness that goes inside the cab. I think I have just about everything done. I've got one more connector here to crimp and check a couple more things, and this can go in. Kendall's working on the sheet metal for the console.
Almost done?
No. Not almost done. Getting there though. We're gonna fold these edges and cut some holes and make this fit for the console.
Yeah, because you have to cut the holes for the shifters.
Yeah, yep. Yep. So we're gonna mark it, take it to the brake and bend it.
Looks like you kind of already marked it, if you could see the
I
lines.
got little teeny mark right there.
So you know it's straight.
Yeah.
And you can draw a line and break it.
Yeah. Make it nice and square.
People who don't know what a brake is, don't know what a brake is, don't break stuff.
Don't break it. Bend it with the brake.
Yeah. I don't know why it's called a brake.
I'm not sure why it's called a brake. That's if you know what it's called. Know why it's called a brake? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye.
What we doing? Hey, what were you building last week? You were like working on something. Dad did never film it. What were you working on? You kept asking him questions.
I was working on a lawnmower.
Woohoo! So exciting. Ooh. That's a good color.
Kind of matches the rest of it.
Yeah.
Hope Matt likes it.
What? Hope Matt likes it.
Hope Matt likes it, so. Too late now.
He likes yellow, he'll be fine.
Yep. Actually, he heard us discussing it, so.
It's gonna need like 3 coats.
Yeah, we'll let it. It dries kind of slow and it's kind of cool, so we'll let it sit for a while. Such a nice day today. We pulled the wrecker outside so we can enjoy the sun. It's perfect weather. It's like 68 degrees and really light breeze. Just a gorgeous day.
All right, friends, guess what? It is a seat.
It's a seat enough. It's enough of a seat.
You could totally put Peanut or Lizzie on that.
Oh yeah. I mean, once you get the seats in here, it might be a little.
I mean, Dusty fits. I mean, but you could put your feet up there, right? You just wouldn't want to shift it.
Yeah, I mean, once everything's in here, it might be a little.
I was thinking up here with somebody else's feet.
I don't know. It's a little tight.
Desperation.
Yeah, I guess if you're desperate enough, anything will work.
Want to tell me what you just did?
Yeah, we're just wiring up this load center. So we got all the lights, the rock lights, the strobes, the compressor, some other stuff that's gonna go on this little switch panel. Getting it all wired up here. So this is all gonna have a nice little, we'll loom this all up and make it pretty when we're all done, but just kind of get everything ready. These are gonna be all the winch switches that will be in the same little panel right here. Switches and then sensors. Gonna be kind of a lot going on right here, but I think when it's all said and done, should work. Just more wires. Never ending.
And if you noticed, the dash is painted.
Yes, yes it is. It's all
Turned out
pretty.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, get her in here permanent with the gauges on it. It's gonna look great. I think it's pretty well ready for some switches and gauges. Nice. Got all the basic majority of it all. Oh yeah, everything's all ready for like the winch stuff too, huh? Yep. And the air switches. Air gate, yep. All ready to go. Blocker stuff. And, yep. Let's see, I think I might have a boot to go over those connectors there at the load center. Okay. Yeah. So you're just over here hooking up the big connector for that 6 gauge? Yep, gonna throw this Anderson connector on there and that in, and we're pretty well ready to turn on some buttons and make it worky. Nice. Hopefully it's all wired right. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So. There is. There's just, yeah. And I spent, on these ones, I spent better part of the day yesterday going through and checking all the pins. Verifying everything. Yeah. There was a lot of them that were wrong. Yeah. Especially the 29 pin connector is not a big deal, but that big 47, holy cow. Oh, with all the little ones? Yeah. There's probably 7 or 8 of them that were wrong. Thankfully, it was mostly on the outside, so. Oh, good. Yeah. Which was the one that I did, so. I blame it on Stacy, but. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, she's not here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's not here. Oh, what? Oh, hey,
It's not my fault!
Oh, okay. That was not. It really didn't. Yeah. She was here.
I only pinned what you gave me with what you gave me.
Okay. All right. You weren't supposed to hear that. You were supposed to find that when you were editing.
Whatever.
Caden got the other headlight put on. Not quite so Cyclops. Those lights all work on the front.
And then Caden's also building the bracket to go right here. These are the last rock lights to put on. We waited until the cab was on to do this because there's so little room right here where they need to go. So he's building this little bracket to put 2 smaller rock lights in. Let's go check on him and see how he's doing. Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, yeah.
Just a little bracket for him.
Yeah.
To hide in the little cubby right there, but yeah.
Nice. Couple of tacks on that, and that'll be good to go, huh?
Yeah, they're pretty small, so we don't
Yeah.
have to do a little race piece in the middle like we did on the...
No, there's so
other
little
ones.
weight there, and really nothing's going to touch it. The only time anything's going to touch it is when they take the cab on and off. It might get bumped, but
Yeah.
that'll be...
That's their problem.
Yeah, don't break them off, Matt. Continuing on with wrapping up all these little odds and ends, Kian's over here getting the welder back on. Hey. And so we're just trying to figure out the exact layout for everything so we can get the cables the right length. And then you can see right above that bus bar there, Kian welded a plate on because there's a little bit of a gap between the toolbox that goes there.
Not even enough you can stick your finger down. I'm just worried, well, we're both worried that someone's gonna have something small that's gonna fall down, and there was a little bit of gap between the cover and the positive that it just hit that and weld itself and cause a bad day out on the trail. So we just put this in here. It's a little deflector, so if anything hits, it'll just bounce off and over. So
yeah, go ahead and put that cover on so they can see. You can see it, the deflector pushes it past the plastic, so
you can see with my finger straight down, it's over top the plastic.
Yeah, hopefully save a bad day.
Yeah,
okay.
It should.
And then Caden's still tinkering on these lights, huh? Got those little rock lights in right there. So we're just gonna wire those up. The green wires are the amber lights and the black wire the white light. So now he's just gonna weld a little 1/4" bolt right here that we'll use for our ground stud.
Gonna have to put a helmet on.
Yeah, put a helmet on for the peeps, Caden. So everybody's worried about your eyeballs. You're not
That's
old.
why I close them.
Oh, that's why you close them. Okay. You know your eyelids are only about a number 4 shade, so.
Well, I only need a number 3.
At least a number 8 with a MIG. So you're halfway there. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
My box of happiness.
Oh, he's got his victory pie box all printed.
Yep. So a Fusion 360 later and some 3D printing.
Sweet. Trying to get some of this stuff put in the dash. Want to drill a hole for this ignition switch here. The problem is with this new dash panel, it's pretty thick. This has such a short thread on it. So that's 1 turn. You can see there's barely anything in there, and that's only 1 thread holding it. It really needs about that many. So you can see there's not hardly anything there. So what I think I'm going to try and do is see if I can cut this shoulder back a little bit. See if I can make something usable out of it. Just so happens that annular cutter, the inside diameter is the right size. It goes right over the tops of those threads. Doesn't even touch the threads. So I'm going to see. Cut that back a little bit. And there we go. About doubled the clearance there. And it's flush with the end there. I think that might give me just what I need to make that work. I think that's good enough. I think I dare drill a hole in the dash now. The next step is getting these switches all laid out in the console. As you can see, I have a big open area that's going to get filled up really fast. This is the rough drawing of what I'm thinking for all the winch switches. So front, this will be the boom height, the 2 side winches, the 2 switches for the boom itself, and then the rear winch as well. It's gonna go like that. These lines right here are basically where the edge of the frame is on the console, so I can't go past that. So I'm thinking something like that. I think that's quite workable. Put my hand on the shifter here. Seems pretty good. It's in drive, so when you're moving, you can still reach these switches pretty good with the shifter right there. That still leaves me enough room for the switches for the air system. I'll have a switch here for the left bag, and then the right bag I'll have to offset a little bit to clear, and then the 2 tires will be right there. There'll be a switch for the parking brake somewhere here, and then we'll have a couple of USB plugs that are in the same standard size as these Carling switches. It'll go here, and then we'll probably have another switch for the rear steer. This is the return to center, so you can turn the return to center on and off with this switch. I think there's a couple other switches that go in this as well. I'll have to refer to my notes. I can't remember what exactly they are, but I think there was 12 switches, and that included the 2 USBs, I think. I made a template so I can cut these out with a plasma. Show you that in a second when I get this all laid out. I'll be way happy if I can get everything in the console laid out and hopefully working, and then get the dash laid out with the headlight switch. It's going to go here, ignition switch here, and then a wiper switch will probably go over here somewhere. Got a lot to do, so I'm going to get after it. Got this thing laid out for the winch switches. Looks a little crazy, but the reason for all of these is because my template that I made has its center marks cut into it. So all I have to do is line it up like that, clamp it in place, and then I can take the plasma and cut that out. It should give me a pretty precise opening that I'll just probably have to address real quick with a little grinder and a little belt sander. And if you've ever cut these rectangular holes out by hand, you know how tedious they can be to get them right and get the switches in square. Plasma in this is a really good way to go. I keep wishing somebody would make a knockout tool for doing these. There was a company that was advertising them, but they never actually sold any. I tried to buy them from them for about a year, and then they finally took their website down. I was hoping to get that. That'd save a ton of time, but the plasma is the next best alternative. Well, I got a few of them cut. Once again, I demonstrated that I'm not always the sharpest pencil in the drawer, or rarely the sharpest pencil in the drawer. This one is supposed to be this way, not this way. I get to weld up a patch, put back in there, mark it, and see if I can get it right the second time. Then, once I do that, then I can mark, then I can cut this middle one. So, like an idiot, I didn't refer to my note here, so I didn't mess it all up, but I'll make it right. Fixed my little boo-boo there. That welded up, remarked it. Now I can go back to what I was doing. Well, got this thing all cut up, ready to go. All the switches seem to fit in here pretty good. Pretty much used every bit of this piece of sheet metal to hold all these switches, but there was a couple more switches I was going to add, but I don't think it's going to work to do those in a Carling style switch, so I think I'll put them over to a regular old toggle switch. I think they'll be a little bit more intuitive to use for these purposes. So I'll put a rocker switch or a regular toggle switch here and here, and those will be for the park brake solenoids, and one right there for the rear steer. I think that'll work out pretty good. And they'll all be pretty easy to get to and hopefully do the task. Well, that takes care of it for this round. Till next time, remember, don't waste time worrying about things that are out of your control. Thanks for watching.
Nobody will believe this. All right, guys. Can you even open the door? Can you open the door? Dusty and Caden can't open the door. You better go open Dusty's door. Hey, look how many people can fit in there. People are all worried Matt can't take anybody but one.
People keep telling him he needs a 4-door.
Oh no, you better go help him. They can't get it open.
Of course, we might have to surgically remove Dusty, so.
Hey, the Mac can totally still sit on the console. It's actually easier to get the brake or the gas pedal.
Are you ready to pass out?
Tight fit.
Yeah, it is.
Look, Matt can totally still sit here, and it's easier to hit the gas.
Where's the driver put his feet, though?
Oh, just over there. They just run the brake and we'll run the gas.
They share driving duties. Nice.
And I would have the middle guy shift.
You do not have to have the middle guy do everything, to be honest, except the brake.
Yeah.
How you doing? You were stuffed in there.
I was bent all up in there.
I literally could not open up the door. It was wedged.
So how many was that?
That was 6 of us counting Corbin.
We fit.